This is the story of Davy Crockett. You can read along with me in your book. You will know it is time to turn the page when you hear the chimes ring, like this. Let's begin now. In 1813, most of America was wilderness. In his buckskin clothes and coonskin cap, Davy Crockett carved out a home in this rugged land. Davy and his friend, Georgie Russell, rode from Tennessee to help General Andrew Jackson make peace with the Creek Indians. General Jackson welcomed them.
The reports are bad, Crockett. All but one of the Creek chiefs have signed the peace treaty. A young firebrand named Red Stick refuses. If we can't get him to go along, a lot of innocent settlers and Indians will be hurt. The Indians respect you. They know you are a man of your word. Maybe Red Stick will listen to you. Take Major Norton and find his camp.
Well, General, Georgie and me will do our best, but I doubt if Red Stick is in a mood to powwow. If the Major wants to tag along, I guess it'll be all right.
Davy had learned the Indian ways.
We'll cut through the brush so no one sees us. Using the trail would be like sending a calling card to Red Stick. We need to catch him by surprise if we want him to listen.
Major Norton quickly grew impatient.
You can crawl through the forest like an animal, Crockett. My men and I will take this path to Red Stick's camp and get the job done.
Come back, Major. If Red Stick sees you, he'll think we've come to make war.
But the Major kept going. Davy and Georgie followed the sound of Indian war drums.
It's Red Stick's camp, all right, Georgie. And it looks like he's fixing to go on the warpath. We've got to warn the Major.
As they backtracked, Davy heard gunfire.
It sounds like the Major has run into Red Stick's braves.
But Davy, how are we going to unspring the trap he's gotten himself into?
Davy studied the situation.
We'll surround him.
Do you think there's enough of us?
We'll do the old Crockett charge. Company A, attack!
Georgie circled around, firing his rifle.
Company B, fire when ready. Charge!
The startled Indians thought General Jackson's whole army was attacking. The Indians weren't the only ones fooled. Major Norton sputtered,
Crockett! Russell! Where is General Jackson? Where's the army?
Georgie grinned.
No army, Major. It looks like two of us were enough. But that was just a little scouting party, Major. We have to get the news back to the General.
Davy made his report.
Well, General, from the looks of things, Red Stick is aiming to fight. He was having a big war dance last night, and the whole Creek Nation is gathering up there. We'll have to move fast. Georgie and I will go back alone.
This is an army matter, Crockett. My troops and I are going back with you. That's an order.
At dawn, General Jackson and his army surrounded the Indian camp.
Crockett, when we catch Red Stick, this war will be over. You stir things up in his camp, and we'll nab him when he tries to escape.
Guns blazed as Davy and his men charged the camp. A tomahawk sliced through the air, narrowly missing Georgie.
I'll take care of this, Davy. You catch Red Stick.
But the young chief was already galloping away. Red Stick saw Davy racing after him.
The time to talk is past. Now the Indian fight.
He charged Davy, knocking him to the ground. Moments later, Red Stick had escaped. General Jackson knew there could be no peace without Red Stick.
I'm afraid he'll never listen to us now. He could start an all-out war.
Georgie and I will find him, General. But we'll travel faster if we go alone. Remember what happened when Red Stick saw those bluecoats last time?
I don't want any arguments, Crockett. You're taking Major Norton.
They tracked Red Stick through the mountains and into the steaming swamps. Many times they got close to him, but every time Red Stick managed to escape. Finally, the Major decided to turn back.
My men are too sick with swamp fever to go on, Crockett.
Well, Major, Georgie and me will go on alone.
deep in the swamp, Georgie found a trail.
It looks like Red Stick and his brave split up, Davy. You follow those tracks, and I'll go this way. Whistle if you find anything.
Georgie hadn't gone far when he was hit from behind. When Georgie awoke, he found himself tied up in the Indian camp. Red Stick glared at him.
You did not come alone. Where is Crockett?
Davy stepped from the woods.
I'm right here, Red Stick. Since you're hankering for a fight, let's you and me settle this the Indian way, with tomahawks.
Both men grabbed up tomahawks. Red Stick swung fiercely, but Davy dodged him. The two grappled, falling into the swamp. The Indian chief grasped Davy in a stranglehold. It looked hopeless to Georgie. In a flash, Davy spun around and pinned Red Stick to a tree.
Maybe now you'll listen to reason. Lay down your weapons, Red Stick. Join the other chiefs in a treaty so you can live in peace on your own land.
Red Stick clasped Davy's hand.
I trust you. We will fight no more.
Georgie was released, and Davy bid farewell to Red Stick's tribe. Then Davy made his last report to General Jackson.
Now that the fighting's over, Georgie and me will be heading back to our farms and families in Tennessee. That's where we belong.
Born on a mountaintop in Tennessee, greenest state in the land of the free. Raised in the woods so he knew every tree. Killed him a bar when he was only 3, a-singing Davy, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Once again now, Davy, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Off through the woods he's a-marching along, making up yarns and a-singing a song. He's a-itching for fighting and a-righting a wrong. He's ringy as a bear and twice as strong, a-singing Davy, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Let me hear you singing Davy, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Went off to Congress and served a spell, fixing up the government and laws as well. Well, he took over Washington, so we hear tell, and patched up the crack in the Liberty Bell, a-singing Davy, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Let's sing together now, Davy, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. He heard of Houston and Austin and so to the Texas plains he just had to go, where freedom was fighting another foe, and they needed him at the Alamo, a-singing Davy, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Now let me hear you shout it, Davy, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. His land is biggest, his land is best, from grassy plains to the mountain crest. He's ahead of us all, a-meeting the test, following his legend right into the west, a-singing Davy, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Let me hear you shout it, Davy, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Are you a coonskin cat? Davy.
Oh, I went down south for to see my Sal,
singing Polly Wolly Doodle all the day.
My Sally is a spunky gal,
Singing Polly Wolly Doodle all the day. Fare thee well, fare thee well, fare thee well, my fairy babe. For I'm going to Louisiana for to see my Susiana, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all the day.
Oh, my Sal, she is a maiden fair,
Singing Polly Wolly Doodle all the day.
with curly eyes and laughing hair,
Singing Polly Wolly Doodle all the day. Fare thee well, fare thee well, fare thee well, my fairy babe. For I'm going to Louisiana for to see my Susiana, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all the day.
sitting on a railroad track singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day. Just a picking his teeth with a carpet tack singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day. Fare thee well, fare thee well, fare thee well, my fairy fay. For I'm going to Louisiana for to see my Susiana singing Polly Wolly Doodle all day. Fare thee well, fare thee well, fare thee well, my fairy fay. For I'm going to Louisiana for to see my Susiana singing Polly Wolly Doodle.